Good evening, everyone. Before we get into tonight's update, let's go over a quick synopsis of what's going on in the crypto market right now. As we warned about and feared earlier about XRP flash dropping, it has happened, and the entire crypto market has flash crashed. The total crypto market cap is down to about 1.037 trillion. We've got Bitcoin down to around 24,400 area. It might be up to 24,500 now. But XRP is hovering around that 36-cent mark. It actually was below it barely when I came on to start this recording. But the entire crypto market proved its bearishness as it got up to the top because we just didn't have enough volume on this push up. So now we're going to try to figure out if we have any kind of support here, as we've had some death crosses in the 30-minute, and we'll go over that. So this is a very urgent technical analysis and a very urgent warning that if we don't pick up volume now, this is going to turn out to be far worse than just the 30-minute because we put into some gigantic bear flags in the 30-minute. But this is nothing that we weren't expecting. I said it earlier and I'll continue to say it. I'm not here to be anybody's friend. I get a lot of negative comments because I don't talk bullish all the time, and people were upset earlier because I came on while we were pumping and I said, it looks like Bitcoin is facing a 3,000 point drop and XRP's been rejected by the falling resistance 5 straight times. I said something doesn't look right in the total crypto market cap, and I feel like we're going to have a flash drop in XRP and Bitcoin's facing a 3,000 point drop. And I got to, I understand people want it to go bullish and people want to make a bunch of money, but I'm not going to bullshit you to get views. I'm going to tell you the truth, and that's why I believe one day, and right now I thank the 15,600 plus subscribers, and I encourage you to hit that subscribe button. But I believe one day we're going to be the most trusted source, not just for technical analysis, but for also news when it comes to crypto. Because I don't lie, and I'm not just telling you what you want to hear just so you hit that follow button on my channel. I'm going to tell you the truth because I believe it's my job and somebody's got to do it. So what's going on now is we're looking very, very bearish. I don't give a shit what anybody else says. We're going to look at the charts, and I'm going to show you what needs to happen to change that narrative, but what the likelihood is and where we're going to end up next. Make sure that like button, as it really does push me through the analytics, and pay attention. Don't act like this isn't happening. This is what's happening, and we need to face what's going on. Tremendous buying opportunities for XRP sub 40 cents, and now that we hit sub 36, we need to have an active buying plan now that we're more than 80% down. Make sure to hit that like button, and I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good evening, 7:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, March 15th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So how else can we describe the crypto market besides manipulated, fear-ridden, greed-ridden, FUD-ridden? The only real truth here is we're not looking great right now. The market overall is looking bearish. We had a push up that didn't seem to have much substance to it. And now we're seeing exactly the rewards of, or the negativity of exactly that scenario. When I come on here, I'm not looking to make friends with anybody. I'm looking to make sure we don't get wrecked. And yes, if I make friends or if we end up friends through the comments or so on, so be it. But I take my job very seriously to come on here and to tell you the truth and exactly what I feel is going on. I've come on here and showed this downtrending resistance time after time after time after time. And we started showing it up here when we hit this top at 432. And I talked about, could we be starting a falling channel? Before it even started showing, we had the support down here, resistance up here, and then we had support, resistance, support, resistance, support, right? Up here in the resistance, resistance. So that started in here. Now for the fifth time now, we've been rejected. It doesn't mean the pattern's dead, but what it means is we're going to have to make a move now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready? Support. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've hit 4 times now. Is it going to come back around and hit support? We don't know. And the reason why this blue uptrending line is here. That's a big pattern. That's a multi-year trend line. So if it stays above that, well, then we're okay. That goes back into 2022. So if we stay above this, that could just be the uptrending support that we're trying to start out. We're going like this until we get down here and then boom, and we get up into this area. But we won't know that until we start to come down here. Right now we haven't broke this yet, but if we break this and come through, then we know. We know. We got a bigger problem at hand. We're looking to break out of this falling channel if you think we're going in the positive direction. Me personally, when I seen this volume profile that was coming in on the push up, I'm like, oh my, this looks awful. There's not much volume here. And yeah, you can see little spikes on the screen. But I mean, as far as real volume, I mean, when we're talking volume, it doesn't even register on the Richter scale anymore. I have to literally zoom in so that we can see real. I mean, look at the difference in how it looks. And a lot of people who I see do technical analysis, this is what they do. This is how it looks. And then when they go like this, they're like, oh, look at that volume. Oh, look at the volume. Because they have it like this. But if you just scoot it out even like this, you can see there's no volume coming in. Even when we sold out down here in the daily, we're looking at 79 million. Wait a minute. There was one that was bigger. 105 million. Back here, you're looking at 63 million. I'm surprised we even got that high, but 63 million right there. 80 million. Back here on the drop, 92, 105 on the two big ones. But just as a whole, the better thing is look when we're pumping. 242 million in the daily. That's what we need. That's what we need. We can't have less volume than what was coming in on the sell pressure. That's a recipe for disaster, and that's what's happening right now. Now, the daily sometimes, it is what it is. But we had little spurts, we had little spurts on the 30, but most of it ended up, if you take it from the 30-minute, watch what happens if you go to the 15. Most of this wasn't even a big buy volumes, because we just ended up pulling down so quickly. If you break it down into smaller volumes, or time frames, you can see a lot of it, there was green, and then it turned red. But there hasn't been an influx in either direction, really. We've had some volume spikes, but we haven't had anything more than just these small little bursts of volume that weren't sustainable. Now, if we can hold this uptrending support, which it doesn't seem like there's any way we can avoid coming down to the 35-cent mark. Just where it's at, we're getting rejected here again, it looks like. It looks like we're going to come down here and at least see if we can hold 35 cents. If not, it's going to be a swift drop down to about 33 cents. That's where our next real area is coming into play. And it's like, why am I showing you all this? Because you need to know all of this. This is where it gets interesting. So 33 cents and then 34.07. So 34.07 would be the first chance we would have at a real hold if we were to break these levels we've talked about. So we're going to see what happens in 2 minutes after the flip of the clock and see which direction we're going, because this has been a very bearish close. So that's XRP, and I hope you got something out of that. And if you have, please hit that like button and consider subscribing and joining the more than 15,500 subscribers. Bitcoin at 24,368. As we talked about, we got rejected at the very critical 25,194. We almost came up to this 26,500 approximately, but we didn't quite get there. But this ended up holding over here at 25,194. We came back up and got rejected to confirm it. And now it looks like we're pushing down. We've had a bearish cross. And now we're looking to have a death cross down in here. If it crosses down here and breaks 23,659, that's how we know we're coming down. And the first level would be around 22,400. So Bitcoin very well could be facing that drop we talked about. It's already come down from up here at 26,400. But the 3,000 point drop was from 25,194. So that would get us to about 22,194. But this first area gets us 2,700 points down approximately. So we'll see if that ends up playing out. But this does look like it's building a head and shoulders pattern here. And if that's the case, we got a big drop to go still here. And with how fast altcoins came down, Bitcoin's not going to have to go sub 20K, because look at XRP. Now all of a sudden XRP's not moving. Bitcoin jumped all the way back up, and even now it's at 24,368. XRP's right around or lower than where it was at before Bitcoin started moving. So there's a lot more than meets the eye right now. So please, please, please pay attention. We're going to end this now real quickly. Look at the total crypto market cap at 1.03457. trillion. Right now we're getting rejected, and we had a close, and this is important. We had the daily close under 1.049 trillion. We were trying to close above that today, so that's a very big rejection today. So just pay attention to that. We've also had a bearish cross, and now we're looking to try to break the 200-day. It hit initially, had to pull up, and now it got rejected up here again. So this is very bearish if we get rejected at 1.037 approximately, 1.038 right down, and then you got 1.049. But if we lose this area, we're coming down to 985 billion again to see if this breakout can hold. And it wouldn't be a surprise if it did come down here. If we break 970 billion, and that's going to create the head formation. And ultimately, if you lose 940 billion, you've all but confirmed this pattern reversal. And then if you lose 892, it's confirmed and you're going down way farther. But the head formation, if you start to lose this 984 billion and ultimately 969 billion, you're going to lose the head. And this is going to form a head and shoulders pattern here. And it's already forming a Bart Simpson top. It looks very similar to the Bitcoin pattern. And it looks like it's very bearish. Unless they're setting a bear trap here, this looks very bearish. So let's see if we get any volume spikes. And we'll close this on the DXY. US dollar currency index is at 104.68 at a hell of a push up today. And this too, if this is building a bear flag or a bull flag, this came down to where it wants to. It still could come down a little bit lower, but it's got the cup and handle here, the lower one. And it's actually in a good spot right now. It could actually come down and get a little bit more support. But if it held here, it'd be a great sign at 104.66. And if it comes up and pushes out of 105.01 at first, and then 105.303, this is going to be a big push up here because that's an awfully big bull flag that plays that route and bounces straight up. It would come up probably, if I had to guess, into that 105.70 range, and then ultimately 106.20 if this whole flag plays out. So that's what I'd be looking at right now. If it breaks down, you're going to come down to 103.674 first. Make sure to hit that like button as it greatly pushes me through the analytics. Make sure you share this as well. And if you've gotten anything out of this, hit that subscribe button. If you want to trade like I do and buy XRP in the USA or anywhere in that matter, I have BITGET and MEXC, so there's no spot fees on the buy and sell. You can futures trade on up to 250x on there. But if you want to keep some liquid cash on and keep it in your native fiat, not have to worry about stable coins, I suggest you get UPHOLD as well. All three of those are in the video description below and or pinned comments. And then if you want to join Tom's Army and or send XRP, that's in the video description below and or pinned comments. Hashtag be better, do better. Hashtag FUD Assassins. And remember, help one person each and every day. Because if I don't do my part and you don't do your part, what the hell is the point on this journey to 2025?